Good afternoon, everybody. You're used to seeing us play Curse of Strahd. We had a Monday go by where we couldn't make it for the game, so we decided to try something different. We're using ChatGPT 4.0 to be our dungeon master, and we went through one session already that lasted, at least 3 hours, I think.
At least. We
And
had a lot of fun.
yeah, it was a blast. So that's why we're sharing this, hoping to get some more viewers for our channel. And I'm going to let ChatGPT, I'm going to let her do the recap from the last game session, and then we'll continue on with the game.
Summary of Episode 1: Simon and Ella. Setting: Simon and Ella set off on a journey to investigate elemental disturbances in the crumbling hills. Their mission, given by Archmage Valen, involved following clues that led them deeper into a mysterious elemental rift. Key events: 1. Preparation in Neverwinter. Simon and Ella visited the Silver Cauldron and purchased healing potions. They scouted the Humble Steed, a poor stable, and rented horses named Midnight and Clover. After receiving 30 gold from Archmage Valen, they set off for the Whispering Woods. Discovering clues, they followed tracks into the crumbling hills, finding an old campfire with burned papers and a hidden elemental figurine. Simon and Ella deciphered some of the elemental symbols and found necessary components for a protective ritual. Of 3, Stone Circle Encounter. At a stone circle, they used their knowledge to attempt a protective barrier ritual. They confronted a group of intruders led by a powerful mage with an elemental staff. After a tense battle, Simon and Ella defeated the leader and used intimidation to force the remaining intruders to surrender. For securing the area, Simon and Ella secured the intruders and collected the leader's staff and notes, gaining valuable insights into the elemental disturbances and potential threats. Outcome: Simon and Ella successfully thwarted the intruders' plans and secured the stone circle. They gathered important information about the elemental rift and are prepared to continue their mission. Current status: Simon, 25 HP remaining. Ella, 19 HP remaining. Intruders bound and secured. Next steps: decide on further questioning of the intruders or exploring the area for more clues. Use the elemental staff and ancient tome to gain deeper knowledge of the elemental magic at play. Plan their next move in the ongoing quest to stabilize the elemental rift. Thank you for playing. If you have any further questions or wish to continue the adventure, just let me know.
We wish to continue the adventure. It's taking a time to think about it today.
Continuing the adventure. Current situation: Simon and Ella have successfully secured the intruders and have valuable information from the fallen leader's staff and notes. The protective barrier around the stone circle is active, providing a temporary safe zone. The intruders are bound and disarmed, sitting in the center of the stone circle. Next steps. Setting: the crumbling hills near an ancient stone circle. Midday. What do you do? With the intruders secured and the protective barrier in place, how do Simon and Ella proceed? Do they: 1. Question the intruders. Interrogate the intruders to learn more about their plans, their organization, and any other useful information. 2. Investigate the area. Search the surroundings for additional clues or hidden items that might provide more insight into the elemental disturbances. Study the elemental staff and tome. Take some time to examine the elemental staff and the ancient tome more thoroughly for any hidden knowledge or spells. 4. Prepare for further exploration. Rest and prepare themselves for the next part of their journey, ensuring they are ready for any upcoming challenges. 5. Take another course of action. Decide on another action based on their current situation and goals. Please let me know which option you choose, or if there's something else you'd like to do.
What do you want to do?
What do you think? Question. Well, so I can see the choices again.
Question the intruders.
Yeah.
Okay. Ella wants to question the intruders. Anything else?
And then search the surrounding area.
Do what?
And then search the surrounding area.
Okay. And then search the surrounding area. It was working faster last time we did this.
Yeah.
Interrogating the intruders. Ella steps forward, ready to question the bound intruders. Simon stands guard, ensuring their cooperation. Who are you and what were you planning to do here? Tell us everything you know about the elemental disturbances and your organization. Intruder's response. One of the intruders, the one who initially showed fear, speaks up, hoping to avoid further harm. Fearful intruder. We are members of a cult devoted to harnessing elemental magic. Our leader, Brachus, believed that by controlling the elemental rift here, we could summon and bind powerful elementals to our will. We wanted to use this power to gain influence and control over the region. What organization do you belong to? And who are your allies? Fearful intruder. We are part of the Order of the Elemental Claw. Our allies are scattered across the land, each working to control different elemental sites. Brachus was our link to the higher ranks. Without him, we're lost. What else can you tell us about the elemental rift and the rituals you were performing? The rift is unstable. It's a source of immense power, but it's dangerous. Brachus had a ritual to stabilize it, but we didn't get a chance to complete it. The notes he had might help you understand more, but they're fragmented. Searching the surrounding area. With the interrogation complete, Ella decides to search the surrounding area for additional clues or items of interest. Investigation check. Please roll an investigation check for Ella. Once you have the result, I'll describe what she finds.
– 14.
Searching the surrounding area. With an investigation check of 14, Ella carefully examines the area around the stone circle. Her thorough search reveals several important clues and items of interest. Discoveries. One hidden compartment. Near the base of one of the stones in the circle, Ella finds a hidden compartment. Inside, she discovers a small, ancient scroll. The scroll contains detailed instructions for a ritual to stabilize the elemental rift. The text is written in an old dialect, but Ella can make out most of the instructions. 2. Ritual components. Scattered around the area, Ella finds various components used in elemental rituals. These include enchanted stones, vials of elemental essence, and other arcane items that could be useful in their mission. 3. Tracks leading away. Ella notices a set of tracks leading away from the stone circle. They appear to belong to a single individual, possibly someone who fled during the initial confrontation. The tracks head deeper into the crumbling mental rift. 4. Elemental activity. The area around the stone circle shows signs of recent elemental activity. The ground is disturbed, and there are faint scorch marks and patches of frozen earth, indicating the use of powerful elemental magic. What do you do? With these discoveries, how do Simon and Ella proceed? Do they 1. Follow the tracks. Pursue the tracks leading deeper into the crumbling hills to find the fleeing individual. 2. Study the scroll. Take time to study the ancient scroll and understand the ritual to stabilize the elemental rift. 3. Gather ritual components. Collect the ritual components and prepare to perform the stabilization ritual. 4. Interrogate further. Ask the intruders more questions based on the new information found. 5. Take another course of action. Decide on another action based on their current situation and goals.
Okay, so how do you want to play this?
I'm wanting to gather up ritual components to prepare them for later.
All right. I could study the scroll while you do that.
All right, hold on a second. Simon wants to gather the ritual components to get them ready. And what did you want to do?
I can study the scroll.
Ella will study the scroll while Simon searches. You can see the screen, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Gathering ritual components and studying the scroll. Simon begins to gather the various ritual components scattered around the stone circle. He carefully collects enchanted stones, vials of elemental essence, and other arcane items, ensuring they are all prepared and ready for the ritual. Ella sits down with the ancient scroll, focusing on deciphering the detailed instructions for the ritual to stabilize the elemental rift. She carefully reads through the text, trying to understand the old dialect and piece together the full ritual. Arcana check for Ella. To see how well Ella can understand and interpret the ancient scroll, please roll an Arcana check for her. Once you have the result, I'll describe what she learns from the scroll.
Roll a 10.
Can I lie?
Huh?
Can I lie? It's so bad.
Wow, it's slow. If you're watching this, normally it's running a lot faster, like real time with us.
Yeah.
Understanding the scroll. With an Arcana check of 10, Ella manages to gain a basic understanding of the ancient scroll, though some parts remain unclear due to the old dialect and complex instructions. However, she is able to piece together the most critical elements of the ritual. Key points. Ella discovers 1. Stabilization ritual. The ritual involves placing enchanted stones around the elemental rift in a precise pattern. These stones act as anchors, channeling and stabilizing the chaotic elemental energy. 2. Elemental essence. Vials of elemental essence are to be poured over the stones, enhancing their stabilizing effect. The essence appears to be linked to the specific type of elemental energy present in the rift. 3. Incantation. The scroll includes a complex incantation that must be spoken aloud during the ritual. This incantation helps to bind the elemental energy and prevent it from becoming unstable. However, some parts of the incantation are difficult to decipher, and Ella is unsure if she has the complete text. 4. Binding circle. A binding circle must be drawn around the rift using enchanted chalk. This circle focuses the stabilizing energy and ensures the rift remains contained. The exact pattern of the circle is somewhat unclear, but Ella believes she can approximate it based on the available information. What do you do? With Simon gathering the ritual components and Ella having a basic understanding of the ritual from the scroll, how do they proceed? Do they 1. Perform the ritual. Attempt to perform the stabilization ritual using the gathered components and Ella's understanding of the scroll. 2. Seek further information. Question the intruders again or search for additional clues to clarify the unclear parts of the ritual. 3. Follow the tracks. Pursue the tracks leading deeper into the crumbling hills to find the fleeing individual who might have more information. 4. Take another course of action. Decide on another action based on their current situation and goals.
What do you think?
Do you want to tell Simon what you learned about the scroll and see if I can roll for it?
Yeah,
Okay, because I think I got a +6 at Arcana.
mine's only a +2.
Ella shares her newfound information from the scroll with Simon. Simon tries to figure out the missing pieces.
Sharing information and figuring out missing pieces. Ella shares the information she deciphered from the ancient scroll with Simon, detailing the stabilization ritual's key points and the uncertainties she has about some parts of the incantation and the binding circle pattern. Simon, now aware of the critical elements of the ritual, focuses on figuring out the missing pieces. He examines the scroll and tries to use his own knowledge and intuition to fill in the gaps. Arcana? Check for Simon. To see how well Simon can deduce the missing parts of the ritual, please roll an Arcana check for him. Once you have the result, I'll describe what Simon is able to determine.
I rolled a 14, so maybe a little bit better. Come on now.
Simon's deductions. With an Arcana check of 14, Simon is able to make some educated guesses and fill in a few of the missing pieces based on his knowledge and the information from the scroll. Key deductions. 1. Incantation. Simon recalls some old texts he studied that contain similar incantations. He is able to piece together the parts of the incantation Ella couldn't fully decipher. While not perfect, his additions make the incantation more coherent and likely effective. 2. Binding circle. By closely examining the diagrams on the scroll and comparing them with other magical circles he has seen, Simon determines a likely pattern for the binding circle. He sketches the pattern in the dirt, confident that it's a close approximation of what is needed. 3. Ritual flow. Simon outlines the sequence of actions for the ritual. He suggests that they first place the enchanted stones in the pattern he deduced, then pour the elemental essence over them, followed by drawing the binding circle, and finally reciting the incantation together. What do you do? With Simon's deductions and the gathered components, how do Simon and Ella proceed? Do they, 1. Perform the ritual, proceed with the stabilization ritual using the gathered components and their combined knowledge? 2. Seek further confirmation. Question the intruders again or look for additional clues to ensure the ritual is correct. 3. Follow the tracks. Pursue the tracks leading deeper into the crumbling hills to find the fleeing individual who might have more information. 4. Take another course of action. Decide on another action based on their current situation and goals.
I mean, from what I understand, we need to be close to the rift. Should we seek further confirmation from the prisoners? That's what we want to find.
What are you trying to find out from the prisoners?
How close we need to be to the rift to close it. And if
To
there's any
close
other
it?
information.
Ella wants to ask one of the prisoners if they know how far you have to be to close the rift, right?
Be how far or how close?
Have to be, see how far you have to be to close the rift.
Wouldn't it be how close you need to be? Close enough.
Okay, how close you have to be to close the rift. Anything else?
And if they know whose tracks those are running along.
Then ask if they know whose tracks are leaving the area. Anything else?
That's it.
Questioning the intruders. Ella approaches the intruders, her gaze firm. She singles out the most cooperative one and begins her questioning. How close do you need to be to the rift to close it with the ritual? And do you know whose tracks those are leaving the area? The intruder, seeing no point in resisting further, answers quickly. You need to be right at the rift to perform the ritual. The closer you are, the more effective it will be. As for the tracks, those likely belong to our scout, Lorne. He was supposed to keep watch and report any disturbances. If he fled, he might have more information or other instructions. What do you do? With this new information, how do Simon and Ella proceed? Do 1. Perform the ritual. Proceed with the stabilization ritual at the rift, knowing they need to be right at the rift for it to be effective. 2. Follow the tracks. Pursue the tracks leading deeper into the crumbling hills to find Lorne, the scout, who might have more information. 3. Seek further confirmation. Ask the intruders any additional questions or look for more clues to ensure they have everything they need. 4. Take another course of action. Decide on another action based on their current situation and goals.
We are currently at the rift right now.
I don't think so. We're at the altar.
Ask her if we're at the rift.
Are we at the pretty sure we're at the altar still, where we met the two. No, we left the altar and had that fight.
No, you are currently at the Stone Circle, which is a ritual site near the rift. The rift itself is deeper into the crumbling hills, as indicated by the tracks leading away from the Stone Circle. What do you do? Knowing that you need to be at the rift to perform the stabilization ritual,
I'm going to
how do
stop it.
Simon and Ella proceed?
It's the same options as before.
Yeah, I guess we should follow the tracks. What do you think?
Yeah, I think we need to get on our horses and follow the tracks. We get on our horses and follow the tracks out of the circle. Anything else?
Um, I want to take a health potion.
In the meantime, Ella drinks a healing potion.
Upgrade our healing potions. 44 plus 4 hit points.
Following the tracks, Simon and Ella mount their horses, Midnight and Clover, and follow the tracks leading deeper into the crumbling hills. The path is rugged and uneven, but their horses navigate the terrain skillfully. Healing potion. As they ride, Ella takes out a healing potion and drinks it to restore some of her health. Healing potion, please roll 2d4 plus 2 to determine the amount of HP Ella regains. On the trail, the tracks lead them through narrow passages and over rocky outcrops. The elemental energy in the air grows stronger, hinting at their proximity to the rift. The surroundings become more desolate, with sparse vegetation and scattered boulders. Reaching the rift. After about an hour of travel, they come across a small, secluded valley. At its center, they see the elemental rift, a swirling vortex of chaotic energy. The air hums with power, and the ground is marked with elemental disturbances. What do you do? With the rift in sight, how do Simon and Ella proceed? Do they, 1, perform the ritual, begin the stabilization ritual using the gathered components and their combined knowledge? 2, scout the area. Carefully scout the area for any threats or signs of Lorne, the scout. 3, prepare defenses. Set up defenses around the rift to ensure they can perform the ritual without interruption. 4, take another course of action. Decide on another action based on their current situation and goals. First, please roll the 2d4 plus 2 for Ella's healing potion, and then let me know which course of action you choose.
Would you roll?
12. Well, yeah, it's supposed to be, because it's greater one, 4d4 plus 4. So I got 12 altogether.
How is it 44 plus 4?
Because it's a greater healing potion. I bargained for that shit.
Oh, okay. So you get 8 points?
No, I got 12.
12 points.
Ella's healing. Ella drinks the healing potion, feeling its restorative effects immediately. She regains 12 HP, bringing her closer to full strength. Ella's HP, 31 HP. At the rift. With the rift in sight and the chaotic elemental energy swirling, Simon and Ella prepare to take their next steps. What do you do? With the rift in sight, how do Simon and Ella proceed? Do they 1. Perform the ritual. Begin the stabilization ritual using the gather.
I said we scout the area.
Thing.
Scouting the area for Lorne, Simon, and Ella, dismount their horses, carefully tying them to a nearby tree. They proceed to scout the area around the rift, looking for any signs of Lorne or other potential threats. Perception checks. To see how well Simon and Ella can scout the area and find any signs of Lorne, please roll a perception check for both characters. Once you have the results, I'll describe what they find.
Simon rolled a 10, and Ella rolled 14.
Simon looks around the area but doesn't find any immediate signs of Lorne or other threats. The chaotic energy of the rift makes it difficult to focus, and the rugged terrain offers plenty of places for someone to hide. Ella, with her sharper perception, manages to notice some subtle clues. She finds footprints leading away from the rift, suggesting someone has been here recently. The footprints are similar to the ones they followed earlier, likely belonging to Lorne. Discoveries 1. Footprints. The footprints lead away from the rift and head towards a rocky outcrop to the west. It looks like a good hiding spot or a vantage point to observe the rift. 2. Disturbed vegetation. Ella notices some disturbed vegetation and broken branches, indicating recent movement through the area. 3. Faint sounds. Ella hears faint sounds of movement coming from the direction of the rocky outcrop. It could be Lorne or another potential threat. What do you do? With these clues in hand, how do Simon and Ella proceed? Do they 1. Follow the footprints, head towards the rocky outcrop to investigate the source of the footprints and sounds? 2. Set up defenses. Set up defenses around the rift before following the footprints to ensure the area remains secure. 3. Perform the ritual. Begin the stabilization ritual at the rift, hoping the scout isn't an immediate threat. 4. Take another course of action. Decide on another action based on their current situation and goals.
Want to follow the footprints?
I think they should.
Okay.
Following the footprints, Simon and Ella cautiously follow the footprints towards the rocky outcrop. They move quietly, keeping an eye out for any signs of movement or potential threats as they approach the hiding spot. Reaching the rocky outcrop. As they near the rocky outcrop, the faint sounds of movement become clearer. They can see a figure partially concealed behind some large boulders, watching the rift intently. Confronting the figure. The figure, presumably Lorne, seems unaware of Simon and Ella's approach. Simon and Ella, how do you approach the figure? Do you 1. Confront directly. Step forward and confront the figure directly, demanding answers. 2. Sneak closer. Attempt to sneak closer and gain the element of surprise. 3. Observe. Stay hidden and observe the figure to gather more information before taking action. 4. Take another course of action. Decide on another action based on their current situation and goals. Please let me know how Simon and Ella proceed.
Um, I would sneak closer.
Sneak closer. I was going to say we observe first. So you
All
want
right, we can observe first.
to? Okay. We continue to observe
Quiet.
figure quietly.
Observing the figure. Simon and Ella quietly find cover behind some nearby rocks and bushes. Carefully observing the figure who appears to be Lorne, they take note of his actions and any potential threats he might pose. What you observe. 1. Lorne's actions. Lorne seems focused on the rift, occasionally glancing around nervously. He is clearly on high alert, aware that something might go wrong. He appears to be holding a small notebook, jotting down notes, and occasionally muttering to himself. From his gestures and expressions, it seems he is tracking the stability of the rift and perhaps planning his next move. 2. Equipment. Lorne is lightly armed, with a short sword at his side and a small pouch of what might be magical components. He doesn't appear to have any significant backup, but his cautious demeanor suggests he is experienced. 3. Potential risks. The rocky outcrop provides him with a good vantage point and some cover, making a direct approach potentially risky without the element of surprise. What do you do? With this information, how do Simon and Ella proceed? Do they 1. Confront directly? Now that they have more information, confront Lorne directly and demand answers. 2. Sneak closer. Attempt to sneak even closer and get the jump on him, potentially disarming him before he can react. 3. Continue observing. Continue to observe him a bit longer to gather even more information. 4. Take another course of action. Decide on another action based on their current situation and goals.
Okay, so how about you sneak up on him and I stay put with a bow ready and aimed,
Okay.
my short bow.
Simon. Simon attempts to sneak up on Lorne. Ella is aiming her short bow at Lorne as well,
While staying put.
staying hidden in place.
Simon's sneak approach. Simon carefully moves forward, using the terrain and natural cover to his advantage. Ella remains in her position, her short bow aimed at Lorne, ready to act if necessary. Stealth check for Simon. To determine how successfully Simon can sneak up on Lorne, please roll a stealth check for Simon. Once you have the result, I'll describe the outcome.
Roll 16.
Woohoo.
Simon's sneak approach. With a stealth roll of 16, Simon moves quietly and skillfully, using the rocks and shadows to stay hidden. He approaches Lorne without being detected, getting close enough to take action if needed. Lorne's reaction. Lorne remains focused on his notebook in the rift, completely unaware of Simon's stealthy approach. Ella, with her bow trained on Lorne, watches intently, ready to provide cover if things go awry. What do? Now that Simon is in position, how do Simon and Ella proceed? Do they 1. Confront Lorne directly. Simon reveals himself and demands answers from Lorne, with Ella ready to back him up. 2. Disarm Lorne. Simon attempts to disarm Lorne quietly before revealing himself, ensuring he can't retaliate. 3. Take him captive. Simon and Ella coordinate to take Lorne captive, ensuring they can question him without risk. 4. Take another course of action. Decide on another action based on their current situation and goals.
I say we disarm them.
Okay, you could do that. Or you could let him know you're there with your weapon drawn and that you have backup hidden in case he decides to try anything. What do you
So
want to do?
confront them.
Well, we could either do that or we could disarm him. If you're the one up there, it's your choice.
Let me try to disarm them and see what happens.
Oh, you haven't rolled yet.
Hesh! Disarming Lorne, Simon moves closer to Lorne, aiming to disarm him quietly without alerting him to his presence. Sleight of hand check. To determine how successfully Simon can disarm Lorne without being detected, please roll a sleight of hand check for Simon. Once you have the result, I'll describe the outcome.
I rolled a 6.
Oh, it's gonna be fun.
Attempt to disarm Lorne with a sleight of hand roll of 6. Simon's attempt to disarm Lorne does not go as planned. As he reaches for Lorne's sword, his movement is detected. Lorne quickly spins around, his eyes wide with surprise and alarm. Lorne's reaction. Lorne, realizing he's been ambushed, instinctively grabs for his sword and tries to pull away from Simon. He shouts in alarm, alerting anyone nearby and drawing immediate attention to the situation. Lorne, who are you? What do you want? What do you do? With the element of surprise lost and Lorne now alerted, how do Simon and Ella proceed? Do they 1. Confront Lorne directly. Simon and Ella demand answers from Lorne, using the situation to their advantage. 2. Intimidate Lorne. Use intimidation to force Lauren into compliance and get the information they need. 3. Subdue Lauren. Attempt to physically subdue Lauren to prevent him from retaliating or escaping. 4. Take another course of action. Decide on another action based on their current situation and goals.
I would say if I were you, I would tell him to keep his mouth shut because you have a trained foesman hiding in wait.
Simon tells Lauren to keep his mouth shut. He's got a bow and arrow trained on his position.
Confronting Lorne Simon quickly asserts control over the situation, his voice low and threatening as he speaks to Lorne. Keep your mouth shut. There's a bow and arrow trained on you. We just want answers. Intimidation check. To see how effective Simon's threat is, please roll an intimidation check for Simon. Once you have the result, I'll describe Lorne's reaction.
Simon rolled a 20.
Woo-hoo!
19 plus 1, but still.
Very effective.
Lorne's reaction, with an intimidation check of 20, Simon's threat is highly effective. Lorne's eyes dart to Ella, who remains hidden but clearly has her bow trained on him. His face pales, and he raises his hands slightly, showing that he's not going to make any sudden moves. All right, just don't shoot. What do you want to know? What do you do? With Lorne now compliant and willing to talk, how do Simon and Ella proceed? Do they 1. Question Lorne about the rift? Ask Lorne for detailed information about the elemental rift and the ritual needed to stabilize it. 2. Ask about the organization. Inquire about the Order of the Elemental Claw and their plans. 3. Interrogate about recent activities. Find out what Lorne and his group have been doing recently and what their immediate goals are. 4. Take another course of action. Decide on another action based on their current situation and goals. Please choose how you would like to proceed.
It's up to you.
I would ask about the organization first.
Okay. Ella first. Do you come close to talk to him? Because you're back some feet with your bow trained on him.
Then it should be you who decides this.
Okay. Simon asks about the order of the elemental claw and their plans.
I'll be right back.
Okay.
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 Tell us about the Order of the Elemental Claw. What are your plans? Why are you here? Lorne's response. Lorne, visibly nervous, begins to speak, glancing occasionally at the hidden Ella. The Order of the Elemental Claw is a group dedicated to harnessing the power of the elemental rifts scattered across the land. We believe that by controlling these rifts, we can gain immense power and influence. Our leaders think that the elemental energy can be used to reshape the world according to our vision. He swallows hard, continuing with his explanation. We were sent here to stabilize this rift and use its power for our cause. Brachus, our leader, had the ritual and the knowledge to do it, but we weren't expecting anyone to interfere. Our immediate goal was to complete the ritual and establish a foothold here. Once we had control of the rift, we planned to use its power to strike against our enemies and expand our influence. What do you do? With this information about the Order of the Elemental Claw and their plans, how do Simon and Ella proceed? Do they 1. Ask about the ritual. Get more details about the specific ritual needed to stabilize the rift. 2. Question about leadership. Inquire about the higher ranks and other leaders within the order. 3. Interrogate about reinforcements. Ask if there are any more members of the order nearby or if they are expecting reinforcements. 4. Take another course of action. Decide on another action based on their current situation and goals. Please choose how you would like to proceed.
I want to interrogate them about reinforcements. Are there others of you around here? Or are you the only one? Simon asks Lord.
Questioning Lorne about reinforcements. Are there others of you around here, or are you the only one? Lorne's response. Lorne hesitates for a moment, then shakes his head. No, I'm the only one left here. The rest of the group was either captured or driven off. When things went wrong with the ritual and our leader fell, I was sent to keep watch and report back. There shouldn't be any more of us nearby, at least not right now. He glances around nervously. But that doesn't mean they won't send more eventually. They don't give up easily, and they have resources. If they think there's still a chance to control this rift, they'll be back. What do you do? With Lorne's confirmation that he is the only remaining member of the Order in the area, how do Simon and Ella proceed? Do they, 1. Interrogate further about the ritual, ask for detailed information about the specific ritual needed to stabilize the rift? 2. Secure Lorne, bind and secure Lorne to prevent him from escaping while they perform the ritual. 3. Perform the ritual, use the gathered components and their knowledge to perform the stabilization ritual at the rift. 4. Take another course of action, decide on another action based on their current situation and goals. Please choose how you would like to proceed.
I'm going to ask if our main goal is to stabilize the rift or to close the rift, because I'm sort of confused right now.
I am too. It's like if you close the rift, do you control the rift,
I don't know.
or are we just going to end up helping them if we do that?
What are Simon and Ella supposed to do at the rift? Stabilize it. How do you spell stabilize?
Find island instead of an E or an A. And the second A for making an island.
Stabilize it or close it.
Simon and Ella are what?
Simon and Ella are supposed to stabilize the rift to prevent the chaotic elemental energy from causing further disturbances. Closing the rift entirely would require more knowledge and power than they currently possess. Stabilizing it will contain its effects and make it safer for the surrounding area. What do you do? With the goal of
Interrogate, secure, perform the ritual, and take another course of action. I say we secure Lauren.
I'm gonna start walking up with my bow aimed.
Okay. Ella moves closer to Lauren, but keeps her arrow trained on him.
Eyeball, no, his dick. Trained on his dick. And I'm short, so I'm a great shot at that area.
moving closer to Lorne. Ella, keeping her arrow trained on Lorne, moves closer to ensure he remains compliant and to facilitate further questioning or action. Interrogation continues. With Ella closer and the situation under control, Simon continues to gather information. We need to stabilize the rift. Tell us exactly how to perform the ritual. Don't leave out any details. Lorne's response. Lorne, seeing the seriousness in Ella's eyes and the arrow trained on him, nods quickly. All right. The ritual requires several steps. First, you need to place the enchanted stones in a precise pattern around the rift. These stones act as anchors to channel and stabilize the elemental energy. He points to the stones Simon and Ella gathered earlier. Then, you need to pour the elemental essence over the stones. This enhances their stabilizing effect. After that, you must draw a binding circle around the rift using enchanted chalk. The pattern needs to be exact. Any deviation could cause the ritual to fail. He takes a deep breath before continuing. Finally, you need to recite the incantation from the scroll. It binds the elemental energy and prevents it from becoming unstable. The incantation must be spoken clearly and without hesitation. What do you do? With this detailed information from Lorne, how do Simon and Ella proceed? Do they, 1. Perform the ritual, use the gathered components and their combined knowledge to perform the stabilization ritual at the rift? 2. Secure Lorne, bind and secure Lorne to prevent him from escaping while they perform the ritual? 3. Take another course of action. Decide on another action based on their current situation and goals. Please choose how you would like to proceed.
First, I want to secure his ass.
You're gonna what?
I want to secure his ass. I want you to secure him while I
Okay.
keep my bow trained on him. Tie that
Simon
mofo up.
secures Lorne with rope while Ella continues to keep him in her sights.
Let's do it.
Securing Lorne, Simon takes out some rope and begins to securely bind Lorne's hands and feet, ensuring he won't be able to escape or interfere while they perform the ritual. Ella keeps her arrow trained on Lorne, ready to act if he makes any sudden moves. Lorne's compliance. Lorne, seeing no other option, complies with Simon's actions and allows himself to be bound. Once he is securely tied, Simon steps back, making sure the knots are tight and Lorne is immobilized. Preparing for the ritual. With Lorne secured, Simon and Ella turn their attention to the rift and the task of stabilizing it. They have the components they gathered, the instructions from the scroll, and the details provided by Lorne. Steps to stabilize the rift. 1. Place the enchanted stones. Arrange the enchanted stones in the precise pattern around the rift. 2. Pour the elemental essence. Pour the elemental essence over the stones to enhance their stabilizing effect. 3. Draw the binding circle. Use the enchanted chalk to draw the binding circle around the rift, ensuring the pattern is exact. Recite the incantation. Recite the incantation from the scroll clearly and without hesitation to bind the elemental energy. Performing the ritual. How do you want to proceed with performing the ritual? Do you 1. Divide tasks. Each take on different parts of the ritual to ensure it is completed quickly and efficiently. 2. Work together. Collaborate on each step to ensure precision and support each other throughout the process. Please choose how you would like to proceed and describe any specific actions you want to take during the ritual.
First, I want to ask Lauren what happens if we fuck it up.
Ella asks Lorne what happens if we mess it up.
Not sure.
I don't know what it would respond if we use.
Don't
Fucking
cuss at me. just a computer.
Ella's question. Before proceeding with the ritual, Ella decides to get more information about the potential consequences of failure. She keeps her arrow trained on Lorne and asks, "What happens if we mess up the ritual? What are the consequences?" Lorne's response. Lorne, still bound and clearly nervous, answers quickly. "If you mess up the ritual, the rift could become even more unstable. The elemental energy might surge uncontrollably, causing dangerous elemental manifestations. It could create a powerful explosion, or it might unleash a wave of chaotic magic that could affect everything around here. You have to be precise and careful." What do you do? With this warning in mind, how do Simon and Ella proceed? Do they 1. Divide tasks, each take on different parts of the ritual to ensure it is completed quickly and efficiently? 2. Work together, collaborate on each step to ensure precision and support each other throughout the process? 3. Reconsider, take additional precautions, or ask more questions before proceeding. Please choose how you would like to proceed and describe any specific actions you want to take during the ritual.
I want to tell Lauren that since he's going to be right here at the epicenter, if there's any additional information we could know, we should know, or anything that he can help us out on, this is his opportunity not to die.
Ella tells Lorne since he's here at the heart of the ritual, he needs to come clean and tell her everything he knows about the ritual, or he could die. Sound good?
In the resulting disaster.
In the resulting disaster. Okay.
I want to make it sound like I'm
You want to what?
I don't want to make it sound like I'm just going to knife them. I don't like you. Stab, stab. Hello.
Ella's ultimatum. Ella, with a determined expression and her arrow still trained on Lorne, gives him an ultimatum. "Listen, Lorne, we're at the heart of this ritual, and if we mess it up, it could be a disaster. You need to come clean and tell us everything you know about the ritual. If you don't, you could die in the resulting chaos. Help us, and you might just save yourself." Lorne's response. Lorne, clearly scared by the potential consequences and Ella's firm tone, nods quickly. He seems more willing to cooperate fully now. "All right, I'll tell you everything. Just don't let it go wrong. When you're placing the stones, make sure they're equidistant from each other and perfectly aligned with the rift's energy flow. The essence needs to be poured in a slow, steady stream. Too fast or too slow will disrupt the balance. The binding circle must be drawn in one continuous line. If it breaks, the energy will escape. And the incantation, it must be spoken in the old dialect precisely, with emphasis on the third and seventh syllables. If you get it wrong, the energy could backfire." He takes a deep breath, hoping that this additional information will be enough to ensure the ritual's success. What do you do? With Lorne's detailed instructions and warnings, how do Simon and Ella proceed? Do they 1. Divide tasks, Each take on different parts of the ritual to ensure it is completed quickly and efficiently.
Bless you, my child.
Work together. Collaborate on each step to ensure precision and support each other throughout the process. Please choose how you would like to proceed and describe any specific actions you want to take during the ritual.
I say we work together.
Say we work together. And, do we need to describe what we're doing?
To stabilize the rift. We work together to stabilize the rift. I don't think it needs anything else.
Using the instructions given.
Using the instructions
We have learned.
Lauren gave us. Okay?
Cool. We're about to die.
Working together to stabilize the rift. With the detailed instructions from Lauren, Simon and Ella decide to work together to ensure the ritual is performed with precision. Step-by-step ritual process. 1. Place the enchanted stones. Simon and Ella carefully arrange the enchanted stones in a precise pattern around the rift, making sure they are equidistant from each other and aligned with the rift's energy flow. 2. Pour the elemental essence. Ella pours the elemental essence over the stones in a slow, steady stream, ensuring the balance is maintained as instructed by Lorne. 3. Draw the binding circle. Using the enchanted chalk, Simon draws the binding circle around the rift in one continuous line. He is careful not to break the line, ensuring the energy remains contained. 4. Recite the incantation. Together, Simon and Ella recite the incantation from the scroll in the old dialect, paying special attention to the third and seventh syllables. They speak clearly and confidently, making sure not to misspeak. Arcana checks. To determine the success of each step in the ritual, please roll Arcana checks for both Simon and Ella. Simon, roll an Arcana check for placing the stones and drawing the binding circle. Ella, roll an Arcana check for pouring the elemental essence and reciting the incantation. Once you have the results, I'll describe the outcome of the ritual.
Oh no.
Would you roll?
A 5.
Do
Can I get a mulligan?
you want to?
Yeah, just this one time.
Okay.
Might be better. An 8. Still better than a 5.
Yeah.
Way to fuck it up, Munchkin. Hopefully you did it well enough that I'm okay.
Right.
Just like ignore that crazy thing over there. Pay attention to him.
Ritual outcome. With an Arcana check of 24, Simon performs his parts of the ritual flawlessly. The enchanted stones are placed perfectly, and the binding circle is drawn with precision. The energy flow around the rift stabilizes as Simon completes his tasks. Ella, with an Arcana check of 8, Ella struggles a bit with her tasks. While she pours the elemental essence, The stream is slightly uneven, causing a brief fluctuation in the energy. During the recitation of the incantation, she stumbles over a word, causing a momentary instability in the rift's energy.
Sorry about that.
It's okay.
Okay.
Ritual outcome with an Arcana check of 24. Simon performs his parts of the ritual flawlessly. The enchanted stones are placed perfectly, and the binding circle is drawn with precision. The energy flow around the rift stabilizes as Simon completes his tasks. Ella, with an Arcana check of 8, Ella struggles a bit with her tasks. While she pours the elemental essence, the stream is slightly uneven, causing a brief fluctuation in the energy. During the recitation of the incantation, she stumbles over a word, causing a momentary instability in the rift's energy. Stabilizing the rift. Despite Ella's minor mistakes, Simon's precise execution helps to mitigate the potential issues. The rift shudders slightly, the energy within it swirling chaotically for a moment, but then it begins to stabilize. The enchanted stones and binding circle do their work, containing the elemental energy and preventing it from causing further disturbances. Final result. The rift is not perfectly stable, but it is significantly more controlled than before. The chaotic elemental energy has been contained, and the immediate danger is averted. The area around the rift feels calmer, though there is still a lingering sense of power. What do you do? With the rift now stabilized, how do Simon and Ella proceed? Do they 1. Question Lorne further. Ask Lorne more questions now that the immediate danger is averted. 2. Investigate the area. Search the surroundings for any additional clues or items of interest. 3. Report back. Return to Archmage Valen and report on the mission's success. 4. Take another course of action. Decide on another action based on their current situation and goals.
I want to ask about the leaders of this group. Who's in charge?
Wants to ask Lauren who's in charge of the Order of the Elemental Claw. Anything else? Anything else?
No.
Okay. It's just one question. Come on.
Mm-hmm.
Questioning Lorne further, with the rift stabilized, Ella decides to press Lorne for more information about the Order of the Elemental Claw. Now that we've stabilized the rift, tell us who's in charge of the Order of the Elemental Claw. We need to know who we're up against. Lorne's response. Lorne, still bound and clearly nervous, responds quickly, eager to cooperate. The order is led by a powerful mage named Seraphis. He's the one who orchestrates our operations and controls the flow of elemental knowledge. Seraphis is cunning and ruthless, and he has a network of lieutenants who carry out his commands. Brachus, our leader here, was one of his trusted lieutenants. Without him, Seraphis will likely send someone else to take over. He glances around, lowering his voice. Lorne, Seraphis operates from a hidden stronghold, a place where the elemental energies converge. It's heavily guarded and protected by powerful wards. No one gets in or out without his permission. If you're planning to go after him, you'll need to be prepared for a serious fight. What do? With this new information about the Order's leadership, how do Simon and Ella proceed? Do they, 1. Investigate the area. Search the surroundings for any additional clues or items of interest. 2. Report back. Return to Archmage Valen and report on the mission's success, including the new information about Seraphis. 3. Plan next steps. Begin planning their next steps to confront Seraphis and the Order. 4. Take another course of action. Decide on another action based on their current situation and goals.
They would return to the Archmage.
I said we investigate the area first just to make sure. Do you want to do that too?
Okay.
Okay. Simon and Ella investigate the area.
Investigating the area. Simon and Ella, having secured the rift and gathered critical information from Lorne, decide to thoroughly investigate the area for any additional clues or items of interest. Investigation checks. Please roll an investigation check for both Simon and Ella to determine what they find. Once you have the results, I'll describe their findings.
Not doing what they owe.
No, Simon rolled a 5, and Ella rolled what?
7.
I don't think we're going to find anything.
Really? Have faith.
Investigation outcome. With investigation checks of 5 for Simon and 7 for Ella, their search of the area does not yield many significant findings. However, they manage to uncover a few minor details that might still be useful. Findings 1. Scattered notes. Among the debris near the rift, Simon finds a few scattered notes and scraps of parchment. The writing is hurried and fragmented, but some mention elemental energy patterns and possible stabilization methods. These notes might provide additional insights if studied more carefully later. 2. Broken equipment. Ella comes across some broken magical equipment and supplies, likely left behind by the Order during their initial attempts to control the rift. While the items are mostly damaged, there might be components or remnants that could be repurposed. 3. Residual energy. Both Simon and Ella notice that the area around the rift still hums with residual elemental energy. While the rift is stabilized, the ambient energy suggests that the location holds significant magical potential. What do you do? With the limited findings from their investigation, how do Simon and Ella proceed? Do they? 1. Study the notes. Take time to study the scattered notes they found for any useful information. 2. Return to Archmage Valen. Head back to report their findings and the success of the mission. 3. Question Lorne further. Ask Lorne more questions based on their limited findings. 4. Take another course of action. Decide on another action based on their current situation and goals.
What do you want to do?
Let's say we take the notes and stuff back to the Archmage.
Do what?
I say we take the notes and stuff back to the Archmage.
Okay. Take the notes we found
And the
and
equipment.
the notes and equipment we found and return to Archmage Valen.
Returning to Archmage Valen, Simon and Ella gather the scattered notes and broken equipment they found, secure their horses, and prepare to head back to Neverwinter to report to Archmage Valen. With Lorne still securely bound, they ensure he is taken along for questioning by the Archmage. The journey back. The ride back to Neverwinter is uneventful. The weather remains calm, and they make good time, arriving at the city gates by late afternoon. They navigate the bustling streets and soon find themselves back at the Archmage's tower. Reporting to Archmage Valen, Simon and Ella enter the tower and are promptly ushered into Archmage Valen's study. The Archmage looks up from a tome, his eyes brightening with curiosity and concern as he sees them return with Lorne. Welcome back, Simon, Ella. I see you've brought someone with you. Please tell me everything you discovered. Presenting findings. Simon explains the mission in detail, describing their encounter with the Order of the Elemental Claw, the battle with the intruders, and how they stabilized the rift using the ritual and instructions from Lorne. He also hands over the scattered notes and broken equipment they found. Ella adds information about Lorne's cooperation, his knowledge of the Order, and their leader, Seraphis. She emphasizes the potential threat the Order poses and the need for further action. Archmage Valen's response. Archmage Valen listens intently, examining the notes and equipment as Simon and Ella speak. He nods thoughtfully, clearly processing the information. You've done well. Stabilizing the rift was crucial, and the information you've gathered about the Order of the Elemental Claw is invaluable. Seraphis is a name I've heard whispered before, but now we have confirmation of his influence and plans. He looks at Lorne, then back to Simon and Ella. I'll have Lorne questioned further to extract any more details we can. In the meantime, I suggest you rest and prepare. There will be more challenges ahead, especially if we plan to confront Seraphis and his order. What do you do? With their report complete and the Archmage's instructions clear, how do Simon and Ella proceed? Do they 1. Rest and recover. Take time to rest and recover from their recent mission. 2. Plan their next move. Begin planning their next steps in confronting the Order of the Elemental Claw. 3. Study the notes. Take some time to study the scattered notes they found for additional insights. 4. Take another course of action. Decide on another action based on their current situation and goals.
Well, I say we ask for money.
Do what?
I say we ask for money for supplies.
We asked for some money.
For supplies.
Okay. Ella and Simon asked for some money from the Archmage for supplies and stuff.
Requesting funds. Archmage Valen, in light of the challenges ahead, we'll need to equip ourselves properly. Could you provide us with some funds to purchase supplies and gear? The mission to confront Seraphis and his order will require us to be well prepared. Any assistance you can offer would be greatly appreciated. Archmage Valen considers their request for a moment, then nods. You've proven your capabilities and dedication. I understand the need for proper supplies. Here, take this. He opens a drawer in his desk and retrieves a small pouch of gold, handing it to Simon. This should cover your immediate needs. Use it wisely to prepare for the journey ahead. Remember, the Order of the Elemental Claw is a formidable foe. Equip yourselves well and stay vigilant. Funds received. Simon and Ella receive 150 gold pieces from Archmage Valen to use for supplies and gear. What do you do? With the funds in hand, how do Simon and Ella proceed? Do they 1. Visit the market. Head to the market to purchase necessary supplies and equipment. 2. Rest and recover. Find an inn to rest and recover before making any further plans. 3. Plan their next move. Start planning their next steps to confront the Order of the Elemental Claw. Number 4. Take another course of action. Decide on another action based on their current situation and goals.
What do you
You
want?
want to rest and recover and call it a night.
Sure.
Okay. I mean for the game overall.
Yeah.
Okay. Do we have an in room? A room in an inn?
Not so far as I know.
We find a room in an inn and rest for the rest of the night.
Finding an inn and resting Simon and Ella, deciding to rest and recover before their next steps, make their way to a nearby inn. They choose a comfortable place called the Drunken Drake,
We have
known
it
for its cozy rooms and good food.
Okay.
Checking in. Welcome to the Drunken Drake. How can I help you today? We need a room for the night. 2 beds, if possible. Of course. That'll be 5 gold pieces for a comfortable room with 2 beds, including breakfast. Payment and room. Simon hands over 5 gold pieces, and the innkeeper gives them a key. Your room is up the stairs, second door on the left. Enjoy your stay. Resting for the night, Simon and Ella head to their room, finally able to relax after their long day. They settle in, taking the time to rest and recover from their recent mission. Rest benefits. Simon and Ella regain their full hit points and any expended spell slots or abilities. Fully restored. Spell slots, fully restored. The next morning. As the sun rises, Simon and Ella wake up feeling refreshed and ready for the day ahead. They have breakfast at the inn, enjoying a hearty meal to start their day. What do you do? With a new day ahead of them, how do Simon and Ella proceed? Do they 1. Visit the market, head to the market to purchase necessary supplies and equipment. 2. Plan their next move. Start planning their next steps to confront the Order of the Elemental Claw. 3. Report back to Archmage Valen. Check in with the Archmage to update him on their plans and get any additional instructions. 4. Take another course of action. Decide on another action based on their current situation and goals.
That is the end of episode 2 of Simon and Ella. We'll pick it back up again later on. Did you take a long rest?
No, but are we done?
We're just about done. I'm going to see what it says back to me. It updated the memory, so. Come on now. Maybe next time it'll be faster.
It just says memory updated.
Yeah, but it's still. There we go.
Great. I'm glad you enjoyed the session. We'll pick up again when you're ready. If you have any questions or need anything else in the meantime, feel free to reach out. Have a wonderful day.
All right, so that's it for our playthrough tonight. I'm not sure when we'll play next, but just keep checking this channel back. Subscribe to the channel, and you'll get notifications whenever we do these little ChatGPT sessions. So if you could like, comment, and subscribe, it would help us out greatly. We should be back Monday with another episode of Curse of Stride. So everyone have a good evening, and we'll talk to you later. Bye.